Firstly, I would like to point out this music is amazing. I love this song so much. I would rematch this guy back when I first played this game again and again and again just to hear this song. I love the song that much. Anyway, gonna go for Reflect here. I mean, I don't know if I'll even get it off. I want to try and paralyze Moltres. Now, I'm pretty sure that Moltres' catch rate was altered for this fight, so every time that I've attempted this, I've caught Moltres on the first ball. Same for his other legendary Pokemon, so I'm sure they don't have catch rates of 3. Here is Shadow Moltres' signature move. It looks insanely cool. I love how this move looks. You can see it in the opening movie too. Now that Shadow Fire is not for show, the fire on the end of that term, it can burn. Got a 10% chance of causing a burn. Other than that, it is a 75 base power special move with 100 accuracy. Okay, that was lucky. That's actually kind of not good. But thankfully, Reflect is up, so hopefully either of us will survive if any of you goes for Shadow End this time. I actually want the Rhydon to hit with Shadow End, because if it does, it'll halve its own HP. And I've personally found that that at half HP, this Rhydon is very easy to catch. Well, Lyra instantly goes down. That's not good. Bypassing that Reflect, I see. Should I commit Skahar now, or should I... I'm kind of going to go for Levitine now. Just because I want to save my tank for a bit later on. I might need them. Because obviously, this is only the very beginning when it comes to his Pokemon, and this Rhydon hits extremely hard with Shadow End. That's interesting. Huh. And it missed both of us. I think that might be the first time we're seeing Shadow Panic when they're not also using it with Shadow Mist to lower our evasion. Anyway, I guess I can try and paralyze the Moltres. Hopefully Fire Blast isn't going to devastate it. I still love how this move looks. Especially with the sound effects. Just the sound of the Shadow Fire is just amazing. Okay, I'm hitting Fire Blast. That's a good sign. Obviously can't burn Moltres, it being a fire type. That's not a good sign! I see you're not even going for Shadow End. I think I'm going to just go for the catch on that right... Okay, that's good. I am going to... What should I do here? I think I'm going to heal Ricky. And I definitely want to paralyze that Moltres, but I also wanted to see if I can just start things off and try and snag that Rhydon. From my experience, it's a pretty easy catch, but from full health, I'm not so sure. Gotta remember that Levitine is still confused. 1, 2, 3. No, not quite. The 3 shakes from full health is still pretty impressive. Yeah, the legendary Pokemon are quite powerful, but I like to snag the non-legendaries first, because they're easier to get out of the way. Okay, I actually kind of don't like that, because that means that you can't Shadow End yourself down to half health. Kind of don't like doing this, but I really want to try and get that Stun Spore off. Because normally I paralyze the Moltres right off the bat and things get a lot easier, but missed twice this time. 1, 2, 3. Rhydon get. 1 down, 7 to... 1 down, 5 to go. Got 2 out of 7 snagged. And Exeggutor is next. Be prepared to see this Aura Reader a lot in this fight. And still going for Shadow Fire. If this hits Levitine, he's down. But if this hits Ricky, Ricky is not down. Good. Now that Exeggutor also has Shadow End. I wanted to use it because, one, Exeggutor's Shadow End is pretty weak. Also, my Reflect is still up, although it shouldn't be for very long. Which means that physical moves are going to have their power lowered. But, yep, I knew it. Reflect is down. Saw that coming. Okay. Obviously don't want to Fire Blast that Exeggutor. That'd be a terrible, terrible... Levitine is still confused. Right. Gotta remember that. Actually, though... Oh, no, no, I want Ricky to be still up. So... I'm actually going to go ahead and, yes, I'm going to switch out to Orson, and Ricky, I'm going to go ahead and heal you. Don't feel confident going for the snack on that Moltres now. I did say that the legendaries that Greevil has are easier to catch than they normally would be, but that is assuming they're at red health and paralyzed, so don't want to take my chances from high health, and okay, I'm glad that hit. Not often that I say that about Shadow End, but yes, the Executor is the weakest user of Shadow End in this game. I really hope you didn't go for a double target on Ricky, because that would be really painfully annoying. You didn't. Good. Okay, no burn, so no guts, which is probably a good thing. Right, what I do here, I think I will... Again, I just want to keep Ricky in this fight, because I need to paralyze everything. Okay, good. Stun Spore hit this time. I mean, you know, 75% accuracy. Law of averages says that it should be hitting most of the time, but then again, I don't follow the law of averages. Okay, good. I'm glad that missed, and I'm glad you were fully paralyzed. That's going to buy me some time. So, now, I'm going to Brick Break the Moltres and go for the Ultra Ball on Executor. Tire Balls might start becoming a factor later in this fight. Okay, gonna get me an Executor, hopefully. 1, 2, 3. Executor get. Like I said, Greevil's non-legendaries aren't that hard to catch. And now he sends in Tauros, the last of his non-legendary Pokemon, and there is actually a recurring theme to his non-legendary Pokemon. All of them were top-tier competitive Pokemon in Generation 1. Sadly, Tauros has dropped down drastically since then. Yeah, with the Intimidate, that wouldn't have done much, but, okay, nice double paralysis, that's good. I actually feel what if I critical the Tauros? I don't want to take the chance of critically the Tauros. But Tauros is still pretty physically bulky. Maybe I should still go for the Brick Break. And you will... I guess I can try and paralyze the Tauros. Shadow Sky. Yeah, Tauros likes to go for this on its first turn, so usually you can feel safe not being attacked by it. Thankfully, though, it also doesn't have Shadow End, so... Well, I mean, it means it's a little harder to catch because it's not going to be halving its HP all the time, but it also means that Shadow End coming from Tauros would have been ridiculous, so I'm kind of glad that doesn't have it. Oh, actually, a critical from that probably would have one-shotted, because it would have ignored the Intimidate and done double damage, so... That actually would have been pretty bad. I'm not going for that again. Okay, Shadow Fire is a damage range on Ricky, I guess. I've paralyzed most of his Pokemon. I think I'm fine here. Okay, it's time for Skahar. Okay, we're still under Shadow Sky. If you brought Shadow Pokemon to this fight, which I highly recommend you do, especially something with Shadow Half, because that really helps in catching his Pokemon, then Shadow Sky is not going to affect them, and they're also going to be resistant to his attack. So, in general, you kind of want Shadow Pokemon for this fight. Should I... They're both paralyzed. I feel confident that I can get this rest in before they do anything. So I'll use Skahar's turn to throw the Ultra Ball. It's probably approaching the point where Tire Balls are useful. Anyway, let's go. Come on, Tauros. 1, 2, 3. Tauros gets... Okay, 3 down, 3 to go. It's now going to be Legendary City, and that means we're going to be having to deal with a lot of powerful signature Shadow moves. I want to catch that Moltres as soon as I can. Articuno is out next, the more defensive of the Legendary birds, and thankfully for me, the least offensive. So its signature move, Shadow Chill, shouldn't be hitting as hard. Shadow Chill is the exact same as Shadow Fire, except it has a chance of freeze instead of burn. Shadow Hold is interesting. However, I can just call Orson out of sleep and then... Oh yeah, right, Ricky's down. I probably need to use a revive. That completely negates the Shadow Sky. Anyway, I'm going to call you and then I'm going to... I mean, I could Will-O-Wisp the Articuno, but that puts me on a time limit and I really, really don't like that. Yeah, I once tried burning Shadow Lugia in practice, and it did not end well. One. Ah, I've thought as much. I feel like their catch rate is still low, but they are higher than 3. I'm sure they're higher than 3. Here is Shadow Chill, which looks pretty much the same as Ice Beam, except slightly more purple. Okay, yeah. Even though you are the least offensive of them, you're still pretty offensively powerful. Well, at least I've used everyone in this fight now. Okay, I think I'm going to need to use my second Max Revive here. Are you kidding me? Well, Fish Slayer didn't get to do much. Glad that I saved my tank for last. We're still under Shadow Sky. Not much else to say other than the fact that I love this music, but I've already said that. Let's see. Obviously don't want to Fire Blast the Articuno, because even though it's probably not going to KO, a critical will still be really, really bad. Maybe I... what should I do here? I think I'll... Getting rid of one of them would be good. The problem is, I know what's coming in after I get rid of one of them, and I definitely do not want, I like to leave that thing on its own, because, yeah. Obviously, this guy has Zapdos, and Zapdos... No, I'm going to go for Quick Attack. I don't want to risk it. Zapdos is a very, very strong Pokemon, and it's one that I really don't want to take my chances with while there is another legendary bird on the field. I would like to save Zapdos for last, if at all possible. Okay, let's see how much damage this does. Let's see if I need to... probably don't need to worry that much about Shadow Ball, but I'm still kind of worried. Okay, I almost want Rahi to come... Actually, no, I don't want Rahi to come straight into the Shadow Fire, because I found out before that's a damage range. What that means is that whether or not it's a 1-hit KO depends on the slight randomness in the damage formula. That might also be a damage range if I'm particularly unlucky. Because, yeah, in the Pokemon damage formula, there's a random number incorporated into it, and so speedrunners coined the term damage range, which is when something... It's often like a 90-ish% chance of a 1-hit KO, but there's that 10% chance of it not being a 1-hit KO. In my case, I'm hoping that it's the other way around. Like, the 90% chance is the not 1-hit KO, and there's only a very small chance of an actual 1-hit KO. But I could be very, very wrong, and I hope I'm not. Okay, I really hope that my stun spore hits as well. Yes, the Articuno's attack is slightly weaker. Oh no! Of all the times to be missing with stun spore repeatedly. Oh, that's probably a pretty likely damage range, actually. Shadow Sky is gone, but... I'm in a horrible position. I think I've actually lost this fight now, which means I have to go through Shadow Lugia again. I mean, technically I don't if I just take the loss, because I'm sure that that counts as a separate fight, but... Oh, I wanted to do them both in the same attempt. I need to get Moltres fully paralyzed at this point, otherwise I'm not doing this. Just remember that the AI does occasionally cheat with their targeting and target the Pokemon. Yep, I'm done. I've lost.